Hello folks, Dave here, getting ready to stream some Dragon Age Origins. Just want to thank anyone who takes time out of their day to watch this, either when I'm streaming it initially, or sort of watching it after the fact, or even when I upload it to my YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot to me. Hopefully this goes all right. Just picked up a new headset for the Xbox Series X. I tested it out. It seems to work all right. So hopefully, people will let me know if I'm coming through clearly or not. If anyone, like I said, it's kind of late. I understand that. For I guess full disclosure, I live in Nova Scotia, and I am starting the stream at just a little after midnight, my local time. A few reasons for that. Number one, I prefer to do this stuff sort of when there's nobody else up and around. It's just sort of a personal, I don't know, insecurity thing. During the daytime, my wife works from home, and she has to do meetings a lot where they talk about clients that they have for their company, and it's stuff that, I don't want even the slightest chance of it getting picked up by the microphone. But tonight, in particular, one of the reasons that I'm starting late is I wanted to watch the hockey game, and I just finished it. It just finished, actually, the Tampa Bay Islanders game. I'm not too interested in this series, other than to see who goes to the finals, but it went into overtime. The Islanders won. It was pretty awesome. I prefer to see the Islanders over Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won it last year, so they're good. But tomorrow's stream might not happen. We'll see. Just depending on because the Canadians game is on tomorrow night, and that is my team. So I will be watching that to its conclusion. If it goes into overtimes or whatever, that's going to take priority because that's my team. But anyway, we're not here to talk about hockey. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I guess it's required by law for me to like it. But we're here to play some Dragon Age. I just wanted to give it a little bit of time in case people actually started to populate the stream. Like I said, I know it's late. I gotta work with what I got, I guess. But I did put a poll up on my YouTube channel to see what kind of character people wanted me to play. Master of the Game, GM Juice, he was doing a playthrough where he was playing a mage character. So I didn't want to step on his toes. I wanted to make sure that, I wasn't doing the same thing that he was doing. So I put up some options here. I'm just refreshing everything. Way more people voted for that than I thought they would, and it's awesome. I really love that. Love to see that. So it looks like the Dwarf Casteless Rogue is going to be the character that I will be playing. So let's go into new game. Dragon Age Origins. I was able to download some of the DLC for the Dragon Age Origins. I have the Ultimate Edition, Ultimate Edition of the Xbox 360 game, but you don't get to automatically install the DLC on the Xbox One, which kind of sucks. So I wanted to go through Awakening, so I may have to bite the bullet and just pay for that. But we're just going to go through with Origins, so here we go. The load times on this system is really crazy. Like, I recently started a playthrough on the 360, and the loads took like 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. This one is like 3, maybe 4. So, awesome stuff. We'll watch the opening animation, and then we'll start character creation.
That it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. prevailed, the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
All right, I love that animation. Just Duncan's such an awesome guy. Also, thank you, Vicarian Redhawk 83. I hope I said that right. Yeah, Dragon Age Origins is one of my favorite games of all time as well, and it's my favorite home console RPG I think that I've ever played. It was before this. It was like Knights of the Old Republic. Like I loved Knights of the Old Republic, and I still do. But Origins, once I started playing it, it was just like it just immediately took over as my favorite. So we're going with Dwarf Rogue, and we are a commoner. For customization, I never get too deep into this. I think I'm just gonna look at the tattoo, maybe change that. Oops, that was a color. Tattoo. Yeah, they don't have one that covers the whole face, but we'll go with that one. And I think that's purple? I think that was purple. Yeah, purple's my favorite color, so I'm going to go with purple. And we're good there. And next. So for, yeah, KOTOR. The first KOTOR was amazing. KOTOR 2 was a more action-oriented game. Like, you leveled faster, you went past, like, level 20, even though the D20 Star Wars system, which Knights of the Old Republic was based off of, that capped at 20 for the tabletop RPG, and the first game capped at that too. But the first KOTOR is, like, again, one of my all-time favorite games. It's one of the first things that I downloaded off of Good Old Games. So dexterity, we want some cunning. I'm just going to keep those. And a couple points into strength, because I want to get my strength up at a decent point. Glow in the Dark, 404. Yeah, I usually play a rogue elf too. The first character I played in Dragon Age Origins was actually a city elf rogue. He was an archer, and I loved it. I'm going to go with coercion. And I'm going to go with dual weapon, because it doesn't seem right to make a dwarf archer. It might be fun, but it doesn't seem right. Deft hands, for sure. And, yeah, dual weapon training. So I'm going to play this on normal mode. I'm not, like, the most hardcore of gamers. So we'll see, how this goes.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the 2 remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are Casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the Casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat, can we not do this in front of my brother?
Why not? He knows the slope of the land, don't you, boy?
Alright, so he's right, whatever it takes to get out of the cesspool. Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister? I always kind of like to play a decent person, especially if I'm doing this on stream. I just find like the heroic playthroughs tend to be a little bit more like rewarding. Yeah, I'm gonna go with option 2.
Me a lot of things, not one of which meant more.
So I think I usually do a human mage signal romance. Alistair. Alistair, I agree again. Alistair is one of my favorite characters. There's an ending, spoiler alert, there's an ending in the game where you can drive Alistair to become like an alcoholic. And I've never actually had the heart to do that to him. So, like, it's... Yeah, I don't know. He's one of my favorites. My favorite party makeup is usually... obviously my character, and then Alistair, Morrigan, until I get Wynn because she's a better healer. And in the Xbox 360, I also had Shale in my group, but I don't see the option to download the Shale character for this one, so unfortunately we'll have to do without, but Shale was awesome. Also, is like because I want to make sure I've got everything set up. Does everything sound all right? Can you hear the game? Like I didn't want it to overwhelm the commentary, and hopefully that the commentary is coming through pretty clear as well. I just want to make sure everything's pretty decent. This is my first time streaming with commentary, so I got to figure stuff out a little bit as we go. Yeah, I don't like seeing them treat you that way. Again, I'm going to be a nice guy.
You keep your head down.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Redhawk. 83. And if 83 is the year of your birth, that's a good year, because that's when I merged too.
Doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both
Glowing in the Dark, Sten. Yeah, Sten's pretty good too. The only thing I ever found with Sten is that he's kind of, at least early on, he's kind of a glass cannon. Like, he was always the character that would get knocked out when I was playing, so I don't know. Maybe maybe it's something I do. I'm like I said, I'm not a professional gamer by any stretch of the imagination. So what are you doing here? Enter some.
Well,
we've kept our part of the deal.
Seeing results, we're going to renegotiate. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Watch yourself, Brat. We may not need you pretty soon. We'll go with that one.
Because everyone has things they want, and my Carter, we're the ones who provide. Until you can do that, you're nothing but my errand boy. So shut up and do as you're told.
Well, it's kind of unnecessary.
Your buddy Leslie's
what do you need me to do?
Outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. You know how
He
desperate the
expects
nobles
too
are
much
for
from
more
you.
children. They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
I wish we didn't have to kiss up to that cave tech. I like that one.
Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
Let's foreshadow a little here. I don't know why I can't join the army and fight Darkspawn.
One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well.
Yeah, the dwarf political system is kind of messed up in this game. We need to get back for... Yeah, let's just end that here. Yeah, oh yeah, so, the banter... Yeah, the banter between Shale and Sten is great. The banter in this game, I think, just overall is really good. My personal favorite has to be the banter between Morrigan and Alistair. I think just because I hear it the most over any of the other characters, but yeah, it's I love the banter back and forth. Oh, and there's the mother.
Why are you bothering me, Rika?
Never mind, sleep it off again.
I got important things to do here. Very important things.
So when I put up the poll, I was hoping to do like all the different combinations that I could possibly think of, like elf rogue, elf fighter, dwarf rogue, dwarf fighter, and then human rogue, human fighter. But YouTube only lets you put so many options in, and so there were just some that I kind of had to leave out. One of the ones that I left out was the dwarven noble.
What can I say?
Mostly,
no money, no girls,
I played through all the origin stories. I love that aspect of this game, and this is the only Dragon Age game that actually does that, which is kind of a shame. It was a really nice gimmick for it. But the dwarf noble one feels like it's the longest, and then partway through you get stripped of all your stuff basically, and then have to make your way. So you get some really cool equipment, and then you lose it. It's kind of my least favorite of the origins. I do like this one. I love the city elf one. The city elf one's actually really cool because the events are slightly different based on the gender of the character that you play. And I don't think any of the other introductory stuff really does that I can recall. Granted, I haven't played like female characters too much here. I stealing from Brad. I like them already.
A short and tragic relationship. Ready to show him some pain? We're not
I don't think it's right just to kill the guy.
First we take back anything he stole, and then we kill him. Come on, you can feel bad later.
Alright.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
Let's just get through this here. Alright, I guess I should see what I got for equipment. Vestments of the Seer. Huh. I'll dress the Provocateur. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I'm playing this on the Series X, and like on the 360 I went through all the DLC and got the items that come with that. I thought I'd have to start over again on the Series X because I don't have all the DLC on the Series X. But yeah, so I'm going to equip some of this stuff. So the cinch, skillful maneuvering. So geez, I wonder if... No, I don't know if I'll be able to access Shale still which is a shame, but okay, that's really cool. I can't use any of the other weapons, so let's go.
Hey there, Carter boy. Care to try a taste of this? Any way you like it.
So there's some interesting flavor in this game. But yeah, like I said, just love Dragon Age Origins. I know some people have sort of mixed feelings about it. Like, they love the story, but they think the gameplay is a little slow, and I get that, but personally, like I said, KOTOR was my favorite game before this, and I love the slower play style. Not a huge button mashing fan, which the Dragon Age 2 in particular, which we'll get there, because I'm going to go through the whole series. But Dragon Age 2 is super button mashy. And it's also my least favorite of the series, so I think it's a lot of people's least favorite.
You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free.
Hope they bring in more characters in Dragon Age 4, yeah. There's some really great characters. Like, Inquisition had, was it Varric? And Varric is awesome. He's one of my favorite characters, too.
Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
But, like, there weren't a lot. Like, in Dragon Age 2, you had, like, there was, like, a cameo from Alistair, depending on the background that you did. Do you have anything worth picking up? Oh, I have 0 money so far, so... I guess it makes sense. I'm the Casteless. Even though I'm pretty sure it just said Commoner. And that guy's a Commoner. So how come I chose the Commoner background and I'm Casteless? Oh well.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house.
Alright, here he is. I feel like I should have money before I start this part, but I guess maybe not. It has been a long time since I played the Dwarf Commoner / Casteless character. I think it was like my second playthrough, and that was a long time ago. We're here to stop you from making a big mistake.
I just got here this morning. I'm usually on the surface, and...
So you're not the turncoat two-faced swindling duster Barat told us about.
I never did anything. Barat's got no reason to send you after me. You mean you're not
Alright, let's try to keep civil here.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium, you know.
Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Search his bags, then...
Keep him still. I'm gonna search his bags.
Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut. I swear.
I'm sure it was.
Suicidal, one might say.
I will cry if Varric gets hurt in DA4. That's one of the fun... Yeah, Varric is great. I don't want to spoil anything, but there was a moment at Dragon Age 2, and so Dragon Age 2 was not a great game, but there was one moment that revolved around Varric that was so good. Like, it was one of my favorite parts of the whole game.
Just a little. Maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25
sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Barat? I don't got any coin myself.
I mean, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not above taking a little bit of money.
Take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
I was hoping for a persuade option. I'm not going to intimidate him. So give me one nugget to let you live. We will help you. We help you, brats, after us next.
Are you
I'll take the nugget.
Barat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium.
Bianca. I don't think Bianca deserved his. I didn't care. I don't remember if I actually got to that part in Inquisition. I never did beat Inquisition. Originally, I was playing it on the 360, and it runs on the 360, but there were definitely some issues with the 360 version. So yeah, I guess I'll have to find out when we get there, or maybe I have and I just completely forgot.
Unless
No,
you
I'm gonna
find a
sell it.
merchant who doesn't work with Barat, you won't. Tell you what. cut
Hello,
me in
QT
50 and we'll
drummer.
take it to Olinda. Remember her?
Thank you for joining
She
me.
likes me and refuses to work
I
with
know
the
it's
old man.
I know it's a late stream, but that's kind of what I have to deal with. She's not in very long. Okay, maybe I did get to the part with her and I just completely forget about it. Let's get
What am
greedy.
I gonna fight you for it?
25.75.
Then what happens to me?
We'll have
Go
to
up to the
tell
surface
Barat
and
he's
never
dead.
come back.
If he ever finds out.
He won't. I swear. You'll never see me in Orzammar again. Thank you. You're as noble as you are strong. May the ancestors bless your steps.
Alright, now I got some potential to make some money.
They say the warrior
Look
caste
around,
knows
see if there's
the
anything else to
so the Grey Wardens can look for
interact with.
candidates.
Doesn't look like it.
Was that smart? If Barat finds out Oscaius ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor.
Nah, it's gonna be fine.
That's what I like.
You'll never
about you.
find out.
Pure blind optimism. We should sell this quick and report back before Barat starts wondering what's taking so long. Unless you think we should give it all to Barat.
So I played this one. I think I've only played the Dwarf Commoner once before, and I want to say that I sold the lyrium. You know what? Let's give it to him because I don't think I've done that before.
It was a beautiful dream.
Let's get nuts here.
This place is going to the nugs.
Going to the nugs. Now I said it has been a while.
I assume
So,
this pile of worthless junk belongs to
I
you.
think I just go back to Dust Town or to go here. I might go here. Yeah, here we go.
King's old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has
Oh,
some
Q's
taste.
views. All right,
Who
awesome.
knows I
Yeah.
can lie.
So thank you very much
We'll finish this later.
for joining and
about time
your,
you
just
two showed
your
up.
awesome support
What
over the
happened to
years.
Oscaius?
Don't think I don't feel like I deserve it, but I really do appreciate it. So okay, so we found him. He had a side deal going for lyrium. He's guilty. Here's the lyrium. All right, he's guilty.
You want me to believe that's all he got off with?
He said he kept most of it topside. That was all he had on him.
Jarvia, send a dig troop topside. If Oscaius had
No
a
worries,
hiding spot
Vicarian
up
Red
there,
Hawk. I
want
understand
us
fully.
up to our
Thanks for checking it out. This
As
does.
you say.
And the
You can.
matter
I
of
think you can still view these videos in full for a couple weeks. I will be also uploading this to YouTube because you can download the videos and just upload them, which I do plan on doing. So if you want to see how the rest of it goes, then it should be up there probably within the next couple of days. Oh, thank you again. Yeah, I work. I try to do okay with my videos. It's an opportunity for me just to like talk about stuff I don't normally get a chance to. That's all I really go for. But I do appreciate the fact that you find it informative. I do my best. In the matter of punishment.
Very interesting.
I killed him myself.
Seeing how my cousin was at the tapsters this afternoon. And he says
I
he
got
saw
greedy.
something change hands between you and Oscaius. And then the duster sodding stood up and walked out on his own 2 feet. Does that sound like what I asked? Jarvia, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like some jumped-up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free. That's just not right.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
I mean, I might. Yeah, I wish I had more persuade. So that's not going to work.
Do you really
Depends
think
on the lady.
Right now's the time to get clever with me?
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Barat. But we can't move that free.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely plan on doing more of these. Actually, the streaming was something I've wanted to do for a long time. It takes some of the pressure off of doing like RPG reviews on YouTube, and now that I have something I can actually stream off of, I definitely plan on doing this sort of regularly. Like I said, I want to go through the entire Dragon Age series. I'm probably gonna pay for Awakening so I can do that. Dragon Age 2, I do have the DLC downloaded for that already. And then Inquisition, I don't have the DLC for Inquisition. I might just do the main story for that one, because that game's pretty long to begin with. But yeah, and there's some other RPGs and stuff that I'll probably do on here, and the odd other game as well. Alright,
The Warrior
yeah,
Cast
anything you
is
want.
hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing.
I'm playing D&D
They're showing off for
79.
some grey
That's
warden
awesome.
who's looking for
I
candidates
started in
to drag
99. That's when I
off to a life
first
of
actually heard of it. I never even heard of
Now,
Dungeons and Dragons before. Like when I was
was
growing up, there were board games and video games. I never heard of RPGs, but once I heard of D&D, once I tried it for the first time, there was absolutely no turning back. Oh,
you
want me to enter the proving?
Big hollow skull? No brand's allowed to hold steel in the proving ring. It would be an insult to the ancestors.
Not to mention the conceit of the Warrior Cast.
I just want you to make
I like
certain
him.
the right man
He's
wins.
snarky.
There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Havaird's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
Of course I
Fight
do.
only gets
I
announced
definitely
to
won't
contestants
screw things up.
themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find a Verd. See who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight. You bet you will.
All right.
Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see a Vaird's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Alright, so he's a jerk. Nothing in here I can interact with. Okay. Would you be cool if me show? Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to share this wherever you want. If you think it's worth sharing, then go for it. Totally fine with that. I'm not good at like self-promotion, like at all. My wife told me that she mentioned to a coworker that I had a YouTube channel, and I felt uncomfortable with that. But yeah, if you wanna shout me out, so to speak, as the kids would say, then yeah, go for it. I have a pass.
Looks legitimate. Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Now I'm reminded why I don't play Dwarf a lot. Actually, a lot of the fantasy races got amped up or ramped up to 100, or had some this sort of things turned on their head. Like the way they treated elves in this game was completely different from what I was expecting the first time I played it, but in a good way. It's kind of cool to see.
Sweetheart.
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead
What are
man
the
for his
odds?
bout and still lose. Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up here. He's already jumpy enough after that stunt with Ascaius. Hey, I just had an idea.
I could put on the
That's
armor,
much
you know,
better
fight in
than
his
my
name.
idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Barat wins, everybody wins. Except all the warrior caste braggarts you leave kissing dust. I sodding love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us.
Yeah, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I'm not going to use the drug, though.
Soraka. Get in the armor.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Aver. Fighters, report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Alright. I don't think I have to use his weapons, though. So, armor, Avaird's helm, gloves, boots, armor. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my own weapons. I do love the look of the dwarven like architecture in this game. I think it looks really good. You know, you get like the geometric patterns and stuff that you see in a lot of dwarven's, you know, artwork, but it looks really good. I love the design of this game.
As you say.
This is a glory proving.
Graphical design.
Fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar. For our honored guest, the Grey Warden. The warrior Everd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
You honor me with this fight. May the stone show the boldest heart through the strongest arm.
For the honor of the Grey Wardens.
All is vanquished. Fight! I will show no weakness!
Alright, and I get a sneak attack in. Quite behind me. Well, I got one. Come on, get him. God, he misses so much, it's like I'm actually rolling for him. Stun. And... come on. There we go.
The winner is...
Yeah, the armor sets look really cool, too. So I think they did a really good job. It's another one of the things that was kind of disappointing about Dragon Age 2 as well, is that like there's a lot of interesting looking armor, but you're the only one that can actually change your attire in that game, so you don't get to see most of it.
Proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our Lord.
Everybody's so nice to me here. As blood just pools on the floor randomly. Yeah, you're talking my language, brother. Brother.
Shall be done.
Nice, honorable backstabbing. Ah, sweet block. Yep, more misses. There we go.
The winner is Eved! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embrace a new champion on their field. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, Silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today.
I got news for you. Yeah, again, I'm gonna be a stand-up bloke. You honor me with this fight, maybe both achieve
warrior
glory.
To fall is vanquished. Fight!
I think you know the routine by now. Stun. Backstabs. Stab him in the back like a true hero. Well, she's still up and fighting too. Dang. Nah, I got her. I think it's actually pretty hard to fail these fights.
The winner is Eved!
It's been a while since I played this. It's been a while for me too. Like when I first got it, I played through it like 3 or 4 times, almost back to back. Like I did a playthrough as my elf rogue, and then I went and made a human fighter. No, human mage, and then I made a dwarf fighter, which was the high one. I guess the Casteless one I played a little bit later than I thought. But
wait, I know that man.
But yeah, so I played through this game completely, probably about a half a dozen or more times. But it's been a couple of years since the last time I've really played this. I started a file a little while ago, but then kind of got caught up in something else. I think that was around the time that the Hyrule Warriors game came out on the Switch. I am of no caste or clan, but I have defeated you all. I will not. My victories have earned me your respect. Oh wait, I'm ever to arrest that fraud.
Your
I'm gonna go with
skills
the
are
second one.
impressive, but you are one man. Show yourself, lest I call the guards and have them do it for you.
Oh, you're just really obsessed, huh? Alright, very well. Look and see who I am. Yeah, I got really obsessed with this game. I mean, it's like I said, it's my favorite home console RPG of all time, and I like the characters, I like the story, I like the fact that I try to basically go back and do something a little different each time. Try to make decisions that I haven't made before, side with people that I haven't before. Like, so the only thing I could never bring myself to do is be mean to Alistair. Well, that's not very sporting of you.
This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
To get through this late night stream, gotta take a sip of coffee here. Bear with me.
Proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This man is no warrior. He is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. His very footsteps pollute the stone. He has no place
Yeah,
here.
but I won. So what does that say?
Your champion.
Yeah, see? Duncan gets it.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me? How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight?
Apparently. Yeah, what happened? It was all off camera.
Place went mad. Shut all the doors.
The Origins collection is pretty cheap to pick up these days as well, so it's great for new players. Absolutely. I did actually, I guess I should have mentioned the playthrough that I had started was the PC version that I got from Good Old Games, and I think I paid like $3 for it, and that's $3 Canadian, so it was like $1. It was like less than, it was like maybe around $2 US. It was really, really good sale. And it's great. The PC one was a little bit weirder for me to get the hang-up, because you could adjust the camera and have like a overhead like the old Baldur's Gate games, and or you could have it down like in the console version, so it was really cool. This doesn't look like a typical guard cell.
I guess not. I mean, I've been in most of them. They don't usually have this many bloodstains on the walls. Any chance you see a way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that.
Oh, I'm glad he'll be happy about that. That's what I was going for. You look familiar. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be a dick.
You might want to watch your words, Duster. They might be the last ones you'll get.
That's Jarvie.
Be sure they won't be.
Don't dig us in deeper by insulting Barat's top lieutenant.
You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you.
Vermont? I don't know, that was bad. That was a bad joke. I apologize for that. Is Vermont a state? I'm Canadian, so I don't know the states as well. But to be fair, a lot of Americans don't know the Canadian provinces that well either, so I think it balances out. Yeah, I'll try to explain.
You exposed him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together, boys.
Yeah, that was a great price. Yeah, I think it was like 90% off or something ridiculous like that. Like, Good Old Games, I know I'm playing like a console here, but Good Old Games has some amazing sales. Like, I got all the D&D Gold Box games. You're standing pretty close to these bars. But before we do that. So yeah, I got all the Gold Box games for like a few dollars each. The Knights of the Republic games I downloaded for just like... I had never spent more than $6, I think, on any game. I love bad jokes. It's great. Well, bad jokes is about all I'm capable of, so buckle in, I guess. Give the splinters to Lesky. Yeah, I mean... in front of the guard, as he was standing right in front of myself. Wham! Jeez.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Alright, well, just let me grab all my belongings. Oops. Level up, I'll do that once I re-equip everything. So for the first few levels, I'm probably going to try... Oh, I guess I already had weapons. Yeah, no, I want to go with the Dwarven War Axe. For the first few levels, I'm probably going to go with the with Strength, so I can get to the Battle Dress of the Provocateur. Just because I just played through Liliana's Song before going through that. Friends with quite a few Canadians. I have friends in Winnipeg, Toronto, Calgary. Oh, cool. Yeah, you probably know people in more provinces than I do. I haven't been to too many provinces either. I've spent most of my life in Nova Scotia, but yeah, I mean, I have a friend who lives in Toronto. I've been there a few times in Montreal. I've never been past Toronto, though, so, like, Winnipeg. I'd love to go to Winnipeg, as well as, like, Edmonton, but haven't had a chance to get there yet. I guess it's... I mean, to be fair as well, I know a few people in the States now from doing the YouTube thing, so I probably know people in more states, different states, than I do different provinces in the country I live in, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Where's my... Uh-oh. Where's my belt? Oh, why the hell is it on him? Get off there. Get off there. Alright, cool. So then we'll do my level up. Get out of here, Lesky. So strength. Put that up to 15. And I'll put another point into Dex. Boy, I really want to go with that other coercion. since it worked so well for me already. He's playing Street Fighter tournaments. Holy crap, that's awesome. I suck at that game. My wife, we play Street Fighter 2 every once in a while on the NES or Super Nintendo Classic. The wife picks Chun-Li and she just destroys me. Pretty much every single time. Improved coercion, or, you know, I'm going to go with improved combat tactics for now. Whoops, there we go. And then for my talent, I need that dual weapon sweep, because that is a very, very useful ability. Alright. Let's fight our way out of here. Try not to miss anything on my way through. That's not a door I can interact with. I guess I should do... Cell door, okay. I don't know if that's something that is common knowledge or not, but at least on the 360 version, if you bring up the radial menu here, it will actually, like, anything that you can interact with for a pretty significant radius around you will actually show up on screen. So, like, there, let's see some thugs that popped up for a second. The door, there's a couple barrels and chests that I can interact with, so... I'll be doing that a lot. I just thought I should probably explain why. Flimsy foothold trap. There we go. And you don't need to complete the animation for that. You can just do it. 2-weapon sweep. Do it. Nice finisher attack. Love it. Street Fighter 2 is the game. Okay. Most guys would use Zangief. Yeah, Zangief was a pretty popular character. I remember that. Oh, couple of finishers. Speaking of fighting game franchises. Alright, there's the barrels. Arrows. I never use the special arrows. And I've played Archer characters several times. I just never play Archer, or I never use the arrows because they sell for a stupid amount of money.
Very well. Shall be done.
In that way, I don't have to worry about equipping them. I can just, like, sell them for money. Didn't know that. I didn't play the 3. I suspect the PlayStation 3 version was probably the same. Like, I think the home console ports are pretty similar. But yeah, that's just a trick that I use a lot. Especially when I'm looking for, like, specific things. Like treasures, or I used it for the ancient scrolls a lot later on in the game. Nope. And I don't know, there's just something weird about seeing beardless dwarves and then a dwarf using a longbow. Just doesn't seem right to me, I guess. It might be my D&D prejudice, but...
Very well.
I did make a dwarf crossbow user once, but I never actually got a chance to play him, because that's... in tabletop RPGs, I DM like 99% of the time, so every once in a while I'll come up with a character concept that I think is interesting, so I'll just make it up and, like, look at it on paper, and that's as far as it ever goes. I might turn into an NPC too, so I guess there are practical applications for that, but just a dwarf with a bow. It's also kind of strange, like, I remember feeling kind of weird about seeing dwarves using swords, too, when I first played this game, because it just always feels like, you know, dwarves use axes, but, again, I guess that's my hang-up.
Watch out!
Okay, I'd really appreciate hitting a little bit more. There we go.
Shall be done.
Okay, swing back. There we go. Although those blocks were pretty cool. Ultis. More fire arrows, a fancy vase. Here's a longbow. And a short bow. I will not be using either of those. Yeah, so actually, I was playing... Before I started this, I went through the Liliana Song DLC, because I thought I had to go through the DLC to unlock, like, the battle dress of the Provocateur. And, like, in Origin, she's basically built for archery. And she's kind of built a little bit for archery in the DLC as well. But it takes you a while to get a bow, and it's, I don't know, and the bows that you get aren't great. So I put some archery stuff, some archery points into her for her level ups, and then like felt like they were all wasted because I went through the whole thing with her using the 2 weapons. We're not gonna have spiders pop up here, are we? Please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. I am not afraid to admit that I am like arachnophobic. So, and the spiders in this game just they make my skin crawl whenever they like come swing down from the ceiling. It's just gross.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that turncoat
That's not very
brother of
nice.
hers doesn't know his place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean.
She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks.
Well, that's my sister you're talking about, so I appreciate if you stop doing that.
Let's teach this little duster a lesson.
More enemies ahead! Very well.
Yeah, spiders have always been a thing for me. Actually, the wife and I went to Montreal a few years ago, and in the old Olympic Stadium they have it's like a biodome. Holy crap, I'm dying. Well, that went well.
I'll get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
I guess I should pay attention to what I'm doing, and I know you're gonna get on it, but hey, no, potion. Okay.
I'll get on it.
Okay, you need to go away.
Come on, boys! It's time for
I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
Potion. Yeah, so anyway, we went to this biodome, and it was actually really cool. Like, they have different, like, environmental setups and different, like, animals there. They had, like, an actual, like, rainforest section that felt like a rainforest. But they also had, like, some taxidermied animals. And, I forget what I was looking at. I think it was, like, a taxidermy wolf or something like that. And I turn around, and my wife shoves this, like, glass frame, or wooden frame, with this just huge tarantula pinned to it. Obviously, like, you know, super dead and everything, but I just turn around, and there's this frickin' tarantula in my face, and I reacted in a completely undignified manner. And she thought it was, like, she started laughing so hard, she actually, like, had to sit down on the ground. She thought it was the greatest thing ever. So, I still haven't fully forgiven her for that. Yeah, we sure showed him.
Begging, all right. That look of utter surprise on his face when he tasted his own blood. That was as close to begging as Barat gets.
Yeah, the one thing I definitely wouldn't want to do is describe spiders in a lot of detail. But in Pathfinder 2e, I was playing, not playing, I was running a game, and they're going through the Age of Ashes storyline, and one of the players just constantly ended up getting in fights with spiders. The first one was like a room that he walked into with another character. For some reason, the party thought it would be great to open up a whole bunch of different doors from this one room all at the same time, and they triggered like 3 fights. But one of them was with spiders, and the person that he was with, his first turn, what he did was he left and he ran out of the room and then closed the door behind him, leaving the barbarian in the room by himself to fight like 3, hunter spiders, I think they were called. And then later on, they got into another fight with spiders. The character like genuinely developed arachnophobia just from the fights. And there's one NPC that you encounter in there who presents as human, or there we go. Who presents as human, but she's actually like a spider-like humanoid. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that was the case. So as far as he knows, that she was just a normal human being. But yeah, eventually when I get back into that campaign, I may have to drop that little detail on him. 3 fights at the same time. Yeah, it was... I don't know why they did that. Like, honestly, I really don't know why they decided to do that. A story came through. Yeah, I don't know. They just decided that they would clear everything all at once. For, like, one of the characters had... So one of the characters had something in their character, like, description that... like, their curiosity would force them to, like, just open any door that they could. So I get why that person helped. Oh, okay. I jogged my own memory while I was talking. So the reason why they decided to do that, because they were trying to get to the bottom levels of the keep, this like stone keep, and there was a collapse in one of the stairwells that they couldn't get to. But there was this goblin tribe that was living there, and they, like, the party had rescued one of their leaders, and they said in exchange they would let them, or they would tell them a secret way to get into the lower levels that no one else really knew about. But they wanted to make sure it was safe for them to go back into the upper level first. So they made the deal of if you clear out our home, then we'll give you the information. So they took that with a little bit too much enthusiasm, and yeah, they triggered a bunch of encounters, and it did not go well. It did not. I mean, they survived, but they were really rough by the end of it. Kamikaze Kid, how's it going, bro? I just killed Barat. You should be thanking me. I was kidnapped, which is true. Your guards delivered me to that thief.
You do not speak until the Shapers have judged you.
One moment, my friend. Did you not suggest
Were Spider rules in one of the... I have all 6 of the Pathfinder First Edition Bestiaries, but I haven't looked through them a lot. And I mean, why not have a were-spider? I guess that makes sense. I know Bestiary 6 was really big on like the Archdevils. I think that they were like a big part of that one. Like the later Bestiaries all had themes to them, which I thought was actually kind of cool. And so that one had a lot of the Devil Lords, I think, in it. Last I saw Brat, he was suffering from it. Yeah, I got to go with that one.
Brat had many enemies, but also
yeah, things are good. Things are good. Thanks for asking, Mr. Kid.
Your friend has once again demonstrated his courage.
I've got my late night coffee to help me get through this.
In search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one.
Are you asking me to become a Grey Warden?
Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
Pathfinder 2e Bestiary. The Pathfinder 2, the second edition Bestiary 3 is pretty awesome. Again, it has a really cool theme to it, like it's urban legend, folklore, mythology stuff in there. But like my favorite thing in that whole book is absolutely the Tooth Fairy and the Tooth Fairy Swarm, because the artwork on them just looks so demented, and just like the concept of them pulling teeth is so great. Mr. Kidd, yeah, it is formal. I'm a fancy gentleman. Then sodding yes, let's get the hell out of here.
These witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome.
This
Speaking of
is
coffee,
highly
gotta
irregular.
take another.
The warrior families will be most upset.
There we go.
Look at you, you duster. A warden. And to think I knew you when you were stealing bread.
Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the Warden
nice, but
Idukan.
kind of a backhanded
He
compliment.
was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends.
Oh,
and
that's
thank you for
actually
your
nicer than I
hospitality.
remembered it. Alright, peace out.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the
5 a.m. in the
Ostagal,
UK. Late night
edges
coffee
of the
sounds
Kokari
useful, yeah.
Wilds.
I'm a dad,
The
my son
Tevinter
has.
Imperium built Ostagal
Oh
long
well,
ago to
I
prevent
guess
the
he,
Wilds
how
from invading
young.
the northern lowlands.
I remember going
It's
through
fitting
stuff
we
like
make our
that,
stand
and
here,
it was not.
even if we face a
It was
different
not
foes
pleasant.
in
But
that
now
forest.
I'm getting ready to move into another
King's forces have clashed
interesting
with the
situation,
Darkspawn
because
several
in
times.
September,
But here is where the
my
bulk
daughter
of the
becomes a
horde will
teenager.
show itself. There are only
That's
a few Grey
kind of
Wardens
terrifying.
within Fereldan at the moment,
But we'll
all
take
of
it
us
as we
are
go.
here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Fereldan will fall.
Oh there, Duncan.
King Kalen.
Drum back, sleep in your arms, yeah.
A royal welcome.
That was always
I was
one of
beginning
the
to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if
one
I
of the
could
fonder
help it, Your
memories
Majesty.
that I
Then
remember
I'll have the
having.
mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all.
17
Glorious.
weeks, awesome. Well, congrats, man.
The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Can we skip the introductions? It's been a little... No, I'll give you my name.
The Grey Wardens are
I'll
desperate to
give you my
bolster their
name.
numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to
I
see
always
one of
really
the
liked King
honorable
Kalen,
scout folk
too.
outside
Like,
Orzammar.
I don't know, he was just a cool NPC. Honorable, you must be thinking, yeah, let's bring
Sounds
politics
like there's a
into
story
this.
behind that. You must regale me
Not
with
the
it
stream,
sometime.
but just the game. Oh, Tooth Fairies and Hellboy. Is that the new one, or was that like the original one? Because I've seen the original one, but I don't remember much about it, other than like the giant Eldritch horror at the end.
I do.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
make
If
sure
you
to have
want,
the
I can
finest
talk to you
dwarven
about
brew brought up from the palace cellars.
how crappy it
After
is in
we've dealt with
Orzammar.
the Blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
The Rock, Tooth Fairy, yeah. If there's one thing that I can't take away from Mr. Johnson, is that he definitely paid his dues in Hollywood to become like the star that's in literally everything. The Tooth Fairy that movie was rough. I hear the king as well enough
Good.
when I left. Oh, the
I hope
Dwarf
to
King,
work
yeah.
with him as well as my father did. Allow me to be
Oh,
the
Golden,
first
yeah,
to
Golden
welcome
Army.
you
I
to
actually really
Ostagal.
like Golden Army.
The wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember the Tooth Fairies now. Yeah, they looked awesome in that. I really liked the villain in the movie until he just became completely and totally ineffective. Like, he was, really cool. He had some, awesome fight scenes. He kicked the crap out of Hellboy, and then if I recall correctly, he just kind of just sucked at the end. But like the first like the middle part of the movie, I actually really liked.
I'm sorry
you're
to cut
too
this
kind, Your
short, but
Majesty.
I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly.
Yeah,
to inform me
the
when
elf
his
guy. I want to say he was
uncle
using like
sends
the
his
double-bladed
greetings and
sword,
reminds you that Red Cliff forces could be
because
here in
Darth
less
Maul
than a
was
week.
still relatively fresh in everybody's
Eamon
memory,
just
so you
wants
had
to
to
know the
have
glory.
a double-bladed weapon. I think it was a double-bladed
And
weapon.
tomorrow should be no different.
It was either that or a polearm, but it wasn't like traditional sword. I don't think. It's been a while, and my memory does suck. So, details like that will always get lost on me after a while. You sound very confident.
Some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do.
Character design looked a lot like the elves in Symbaroum. Yeah, Free League sent me the starter set, and I'm really intrigued by that system. I still need to do the review. It's just been sort of difficult to have the time or energy to do it, because I mean, as you can see, I have to do all my stuff late at night. But yeah, the system was really interesting. I kind of, as someone who always rolls really crappy on dice, I kind of like the fact that the Game Master doesn't really roll in that system. The microphone I chose was, awesome. It's just a Turtle Beach headset. It was one of the cheaper ones at EB Games. There's like $60, I think, Canadian. It's wired. It's actually wired into the controller right now.
True.
I wanted to get a wireless one originally, but they started like $120, and that's a little bit more than I'm willing to pay for a headset.
I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask.
But this one works. I'm old enough to remember chords on things, so it doesn't bother me. Let's move quickly.
We should proceed with the ritual. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell
also
him it's
known as
time
the
to
best
summon
damn
the other
character in the game.
recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
That's interesting twist, the diceless GM system. Yeah, miss on dice rolling and random improv. Yeah, I mean the players, their rolls can definitely trigger some of that as well. The only thing with that system is you can't do anything in secret, right? Because the players are the ones making the roll. So, unless you want to have like a standard, like taking 10 kind of thing for their whatever their equivalent of perception stuff is. So you have to kind of give away a lot of information, but I feel that happens a lot anyway in RPGs. Like, if the DM asks you to make a perception check, then something's going down, right? Dragon Age 2 cameo, yeah. I liked Alistair in that too, but you don't get to play him a lot. Like, I want him in my party. I'm just gonna steal your stuff and sell it to you.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blasted.
No.
Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure.
That's right,
I'm
they're
the
not.
quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
That's what your job is, right? Let me see what you have. Like. So you can offer. Here's the axe I stole from you. You can offer to find the elf, but he won't take you up on that. What's this mace do? Oh, messy kills. All right, yeah, I do want that. So we're not going to sell that. 5 short book, dear lord. And then so the arrows. So a lot of stuff sells for like 3 silver, 1 silver, but 20 ice arrows sells for, well, that's I guess not that impressive. So the fire arrows, if you get enough of them, they sell for like almost a gold each. It's crazy. Or for a lot. I shouldn't say each, but for a lot. Shield, I definitely don't need a shield. Keeping those DLC items. And Dwarf Warrior's Belt, don't need that. I should buy some potions in a minute, but first, backpack. Let's take 5 potions, I guess. Brings me up to 11 total. We'll take a couple of injury kits.
Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Oh, wait, do I have... Yeah, I do. Oops, no, I don't want you to do that. Let's assign it. Alright. Time to go pick some pockets.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
Alright, well, thanks for dropping in, for bravery. Really do appreciate it, and, yeah. As I said before, I think it was before you jumped in, but, the Twitch archive stays on for a couple weeks, but I'm also going to upload this on my YouTube channel. So if you did want to watch the rest of it, then it'll be up there probably, like, within the next day or so as well. So take care, thanks a lot for popping in, I really appreciate it. And, yeah, try to get as much sleep as you can, man. Yeah, thanks again.
The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. Just to give us a good scare. No, they don't really seem the type. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Okay, and?
Cannibals,
so what?
Beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I've got news for you. Like we have a choice.
And you don't. They're forcing you to be here.
Go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
I won't, but thanks. Oh. I talk to this guy.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new Warden? I could use some help. This is a
What's the
Mabari,
problem?
smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first. Go in the pen.
I'll give it a shot.
We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
So the dog character is another really great one for interactions. Like when you go to your, later on when you have your camp set up, just like the interactions with him and the different party members. But I never actually use him in my party. Like once I get access to any other character, I always seem to pop him out. I wonder if anyone else does that, or if people try to keep him in the party. I don't know. Like I love the character of the dog. I just don't find him to be the most useful for the game. Yeah, I'm going into the woods.
I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across
I missed that from Kamikaze Kid. Gotta go for now, but to get on the subway. Still alive and I'm off. I'll be back. Okay, cool. I'm planning on probably wrapping up this stream, because I've been on it for 80 minutes now, so I'm thinking once I do complete the joining ritual, that's probably where I'm going to wrap it up for this one. And then we'll come back next week for like the Battle of Ostagar and everything. I'll see if I can find one.
In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Yeah, you do that. Also, do you have anything? Oh. Stealing failed. Level up. So 16. So yeah, let's get up to... Yeah, we'll just pump it all into strength for now. I need to get up to 20 for that armor to start. And then it'll be pretty much all Dex after that. Dex and Cunning. Dual Striking. Let's just go with Finesse for now. I know it's probably not the most sound, tactical way to level up your character, but if I can get decent armor, because I think it increases some of the stats too. And in this game, if items require particular stats, if you have an item that boosts your stats, that still counts. Like, it doesn't have to be your base stat, which I guess is normal for a lot of RPGs, but still good to have. Yeah, +2 to Dex. I just like it. I played through the DLC to get it, so I want to wear it.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
We're doomed, we are.
No, I'm not talking to you. I want to get the...
I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing? I do.
I'm a dwarf.
Though I cannot pass on the respects
weird.
of your ancestors. The Maker looks
Pushing your
kindly
religion
on all
on
who
me.
will receive him. Then I bless you,
whatever.
Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Alright. Now, you. Scroll. There we go. Get soldier.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Jeez, everybody knows me. I feel so important.
Sir
Yeah,
Jury
I am.
is
Who
my
are you?
name. I hailed from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
Oh, that's profiling, but okay. Yeah, not all dwarves are smiths,
my
you
father
know.
was the castle smith, so I encountered dwarves through him. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
You keep hoping for that, my friend. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails? I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
I have.
I doubt I'm that lucky. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would I want to help
I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
How did they not find the key when you were stripped down to your underwear?
But it's, come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
Gross. Yeah, that is disgusting.
Yeah, well, do you want the key or not?
Can you use some of the water to clean it?
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Alright, so you can talk to the guard, or you can steal from the guard.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Alright, so one poop key. I can't open the chest yet. Even though it's, like, highlighted with a quest marker and so tantalizing.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Right. Oh. Alright, oh, right. Alistair. Chest. I remember liking the system for this game. Yeah, I really like the system for it too. Like, it feels more like a traditional role-playing game, which most modern ones and like all the Dragon Age games that came out after this took on a bit more of like an action feel to it. Inquisition, I think, did actually a pretty okay job balancing it. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just prefer the feel. Everything about this game, like I said, it's just
What is
one of my
it
favorites.
now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough.
That's a harsh
I will
burn.
Speak to the woman if I must.
People still say burn.
Get out of my way.
I know I'm old and out of touch, so I'm just gonna go with it.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Oh, hello, Scruffy Beard. Thanks for joining. Going through my first playthrough right now, going in absolutely blind. I remember my first playthrough, and it was a ton of fun. Might have gotten Wind killed trying to butter up Morrigan. Such is life. Yeah. Wynn is kind of a bland character, and Morrigan has just much more personality. But the healing ability of Wynn is better overall. People call it, oh yeah, I guess getting roasted. I think that's something that I've heard my daughter say. I don't know, slang has gotten so weird. I say that, having grown up in the 90s, where the phrase, all that and a bag of chips was literally a thing, so I guess slang was always weird, it's just now it feels more weird to me because I'm closing in on middle age. Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I can't be a mage.
These mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from Orzammar.
I am.
I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
Yeah, everybody else did. So what's going on with you?
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. Right.
Pleased to meet you.
That was the name.
Yep. The name that no one will ever say.
Some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn. Oh, I guess you've got a more colorful background than Duncan let on. But don't
Guess
worry.
I'm not allowed to fight
You'll
the
see plenty
Darkspawn
of
because
Darkspawn
as a
now,
dwarf I
and
don't
probably
really count
sooner
as a
than you'd
person.
like. Anyhow,
in my own dwarven
whenever you're
society.
ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was that all about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
That's all Templars do, but
although my dwarf
yes,
probably doesn't actually know that.
Chantry raised me.
That was metagame knowledge.
6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Alright, you know what? I do look forward to traveling with you.
Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Oh, you are so subservient. Wait. There we go. Want to make sure that I got that. The player that's always trying to metagame, yeah. before everything shut down, I was running games at my local game store, and one of the players there was really keen on metagaming.
There is another ring. You found Alistair, did you?
And had this really annoying habit of constantly like looking over my screen while I was rolling.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me.
He was also the same kind of person who would, you know, like if I called for initiative, he would roll, and if it was a bad roll, he would just wait until I called for his name specifically, and then he would go to roll it again.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
So it got to the point where I would call on him first. Actually, I would just say roll for initiative, and then I would look to see what he got for the die, and it's like, okay, so what's that for you? And then, like, not to like try to call him out or be confrontational about it, because I just don't have like the energy for stuff like that. But yeah, he would try to get away with stuff like that. He was also the same kind of guy who always wanted to be in the middle of everything.
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds.
So, like, if the party was in town and like half the group was in one place and then half the group was in the other, he would always try to get to the second group after his stuff was wrapped up.
These scrolls if you can.
Or if I dealt with the other group first, then he would try to get there. I mean, and like, he was a nice guy. Like, as a person, he was a really nice guy. So it was kind of frustrating because I've had players like that before that were just kind of jerks overall. So it was really easy to not invite them back to the game. But he was a super nice guy, and I don't think he has a huge circle of friends. So I kind of let a little bit of that stuff slide just to let him feel like he was part of something. Sometimes, though, when you give an inch, they take a mile, sort of thing. Let's see here.
The scrolls contain treaties promising support. Treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path.
Oh, that's cheap. I'm always like crap initiative, but that's how it rolls. Yeah, I mean, you deal with what you got, and you know, like going first doesn't always have like the best benefits. Especially, I play a lot of support characters, so for me, going first usually doesn't make sense because I prefer to be able to react to what's going on. Gary Wilds, I'm just going to talk to you first because even if I try to go through the gate, you'll stop me.
Have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Yeah, I love the load time on this system. I'm glad I'm running this on the Series X. Not that the load times are atrocious, but it's like 80% faster. Whoop! I was looking wrong. Well, it's done one of you. I hate that the first thing I fight is just big dogs. I love dogs. Well, I helped.
Yes.
I want to say in this game, like, because sometimes you'll see the experience number pop up over someone's head. I think if you land the killing blow, you do get bonus experience that other characters don't get. And since some of the characters don't really play a role later in the story, anything that they kill, they don't get experience. Like there's two characters in the party, and I'll give you guesses as to who they are, that like they don't gain experience, they don't level.
Who is that?
I'm sure there's a good reason for
Grey
that.
Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp. If you just...
We can take you back.
Me up, I can get back myself.
I have bandages in my pack.
Are you sure? You look like you need more than a band-aid.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish
and
reckless. We should go back.
Yeah, you do sound like a coward to me.
I'm simply trying to stay alive. You do not see me fleeing, do you?
A bit of fear isn't unnatural, you know. Few relish meeting Darkspawn up close. I know I don't.
I'm looking forward to killing them.
This is such a charming feature, too. Did you know that? Know this.
Alistair thinks I'm charming.
Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see,
Fortunately, got to call it a night, but it's been fun hanging. Cool. Hope to catch you again next time. All right, awesome. Thank you, QT Drummer.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however.
I'm planning on streaming tomorrow night.
Move on.
The new Dark Alliance game, which I guess is more polarizing than I was expecting it to be, but I'll talk about that then. That does depend on, like I said, that does depend on the hockey game, because Montreal and Vegas are playing tomorrow night, and Montreal's my team, so if that goes into overtime, I won't be, like, that'll affect when I start streaming. But otherwise, I should be starting that tomorrow. And yeah, again, the video will be up on YouTube if you wanted to watch the rest. It's up to you, but I really do appreciate you coming and hanging out for a bit. It was nice. It was nice chatting with you, and I look forward to more in the future. I look forward to fighting this Darkspawn. This is also like the last section I'm going to do tonight too. Once we get through the joining ritual, then that's when I'm going to save and call it a night, because it's getting on to 2 a.m. where I live, so that's getting late. Staff. Scruffy Beard, you're a Knights fan. Oh, well, I mean, I got to be honest. If the Knights weren't playing the Canadians, then I would want to see them go to the finals. Like, I enjoy seeing non-conventional, like, teams winning the cup, right? I really wanted Vegas to win a few years ago when they made it, which I think that was their first season, wasn't it? So I really want to see them win it then. Like, I don't want to see Tampa Bay win this year. I suspect they're going to, although they did lose to the Islanders tonight, so that was pretty awesome to see. But yeah, I don't know. I like a good underdog, and there's no bigger underdog this year in the playoffs than the Canadians, so it's sort of a double whammy for me. Yeah, I think I want to go this way. There's another quest I can pick up here. I'm just going to go straight for those archers because they will be really annoying to deal with if I don't. Ah! Keeping my finger over the heal button. I'm going to do that right now. The first time I played this game, I played it through on like normal difficulty, but after that I just wanted to go through the story. Like, I'd already beaten the game, so I played like the other playthroughs, usually on casual or a combination of casual and then normal difficulty. So sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and know what I think my dwarf can possibly survive. Never, just not that big into, never been much of a sports guy. Wanted to. Yeah, I mean, of the major North American sports, and I know I'm Canadian, so there's a clear bias. So whatever I say, people are going to take with a grain of salt. But hockey is like, it's the fastest paced sport of everything that's out there. Like, I used to watch a lot of basketball in the 90s during the Jordan days, which was when sort of the heyday for the NBA. But like, there's just so much like start and stop and things like that. But you know, I mean, hockey, there's usually a lot of like good back and forth. And, some of my favorite games are ones where they go like 8 minutes without a whistle, and I just think it watches better on TV because it's kind of always something happening. They don't get tons of timeouts like in basketball, where the, you know, where every player gets one and the team gets like a dozen. You know, each team gets one 30-second timeout, which they don't normally take that often either. So, whoops, Alistair's dead. I was not paying attention. This is for Alistair. So yeah, I mean, if any, like, I'm not a huge sports guy either, really. I was when I was younger, but hockey's the only thing that I can watch these days. Even when the Toronto Raptors went to won the NBA championship, I still wasn't really that into basketball. You need a injury kit, and I need to watch more of my player's health. Now there should be a chest. So there's a quest chain that you can get here for the chastened.
What's this?
So I gotta follow the chastened trail signs. So they appear as like these X's, and every time you look at one, you have to, you know, go find the other ones, and it sort of takes you all over the map. Whereabouts in Canada? I've got so I live in Nova Scotia, in the Maritime provinces, on the east coast. Got a few friends that live near Kitchener and Waterloo. I think I have family in Kitchener. I have family like in Kitchener, or I think it's Kitchener. I know I have some family in Ottawa. But most of my family's here in Nova Scotia. I've only been out of the province like a half dozen times in my life. Right, so we got that one. And then I think the next one is on a section of the map I haven't cleared yet. Alright, do I have the vials that I need? Because I didn't get any from... Yeah, I do, okay.
Look there.
Alright, well...
Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Yeah, that's... they're probably fine. Oh, I saw you, Life Bar. There you are.
As you say.
I should actually take the guy with the shield first, because he can do that. Luckily I didn't get knocked over. Sick block. Heal. Take that. Oh, that sounds like the gunlock rogues that are going to start attacking me any second. Any second? No, maybe not.
Even more dark.
Look, I hear you. There you are. Get that.
As you say.
I think we work well together.
Yeah, I think we do too, Alistair. I think we're going to be friends for the whole playthrough. Arrows of Filth. Not quite as good as Cradles of Filth, but I'll take it.
There! More of the fiends ahead!
So this is a scene you don't really see a lot in this game, where you have two enemy types actually fighting each other. I think this is literally the only time in the game you actually see it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But if I don't fight these guys myself, then I don't get the experience points. And I want the experience points.
I am done.
Fire arrows. Oh. Anybody else? No? What about that chastened... Okay. I think I know where it is. So I gotta loop back. Loop back around. Am I even going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Oh, Abomination's fighting golems. Yes, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you know what? I was just wrong. Mages do fight each other. They fight each other if you let them. I always usually end up barging into that room. So I always end up having to fight them all. But you are right. So, yeah, it does happen more than I thought. I was just wrong. I do have a bad memory, so we're going to go with that. Well, I shouldn't say. I was going to say, I don't think you have any scenes of enemies fight each other in Dragon Age 2, but again, I don't want to open myself up to being wrong on that one as well, so I'll just take the loss and go from there. Yeah, see, okay, now I gotta go back up that way. But first, one of the journals that I got from when I first entered the forest leads me here.
I shall do it. Shall be done.
What you doing, guys? The wolves have an attack where they like knock you down and start caring for your jugular. Certain enemies do that, and I cannot remember if the wolves do that. But if they do, I want to make sure that they're because it sucks. Did we fight the alpha wolf? Did we fight? Isn't there supposed to be an alpha wolf here? Or am I again just mistaken? Yes? Nope, don't want to talk to you.
Hey,
Go
I'm
away.
following you, aren't I?
Okay, I thought there was a white wolf. Maybe there wasn't, I just didn't see it. The letter. So I guess a question that I have for anyone watching now or watching later, do you read all the codex entries that you get in this game? Because you get a lot of them, and like there's a lot of amazing world building in like the notes and the codex entries, journal entries, and stuff like that. But I just don't usually read them all. So I just want to know if anyone's like actually read through them all. And yeah, that's something I should start doing. I don't think it'd be interesting to read them.
What's this?
Yes, what is this? I'm glad I went this way because I forgot about that one. this way. So the chase and trail markers feels like one of the more tedious quests in the game. There's also one in the Circle of Mages chamber, or that you do later on. That's also a little bit tedious because you go back quite a ways. If there's like one thing that I would change, it would be to have the trail signs be like a straight line from where you find it to where the treasure is. I think that's the last one for there until I get to the actual thing. So, okay, I think we're good. Eventually read the codexes, but I mostly go through. Yeah, I do too, and I feel bad because I remember when like Dragon Age Origins was announced, right? Like in the build up to it actually releasing, and one of the things developers talked about was how proud they were of like the world building and like the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of text. Whoop! All right, come on now. I'm supposed to be the rogue here. Oh, I haven't taken stealth yet. In fact, I only take stealth in this to get access to a particular quest chain, and that's it. Oh, but yeah, I mean, like, so there's a lot of stuff. Like, if it's connected to a quest, then I will definitely try to read it. But there's just a lot of stuff to go through, and some of it's pretty long. And my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, so trying to read off of a TV screen or computer screen is kind of difficult for me. Now this guy, oh, come on, getting awkward. Ugh. Okay. Oh, you don't step on the traps. They're free experience points for me. I don't really care if Davith dies, but I don't want Alistair to die. I guess I should just heal them all, shouldn't I? A lot like Mass Effect. Yeah, Mass Effect is another awesome RPG, and it's funny because I haven't played through the third one yet, but it's made by the same people, or same company, but I prefer Mass Effect 1 over Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is a good game, but again, I like the gameplay style in Mass Effect 1 a little bit more. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of world building in that too that I don't pay as much attention to as I probably should. Yeah, some of them were narrated, which does definitely help. So I think that's why I probably paid more attention to it in that game. But overall I just stick to the quest-related stuff. Alright, so there's Gunlock rogues here too. See? I love working on the slice attack. It's one of my favorite abilities in the whole game. Alright. So time to level up. So I'm just going to put 1 point of strength. And we're going to go with that. Let's go with improved coercion. Ooh, flurry's a really good one too. Decisions. Decision paralysis. You know what? No, improved tools. I'm gonna go with improved tools. I don't think there's any more chests to open up in this section, but one thing I really hate is when I go to a place and I get the skill too low thing, so this ought to be an interesting fight. I got 6 potions left, hopefully that'll do it. Sprinkle the ash. And I don't think I can stop it. Maybe I should have taken Flurry. I just mentioned how good it was. I think just attack everyone except for me and Alistair. Not Alistair. Really, like, seriously, leave Alistair alone. Does he explode? Okay. Some abominations will explode after you kill them. Pro tip from someone who's definitely not a pro, or even close to a pro. Oh, did I get that? Yeah, I must have got that flower. Right? Quest items. Yeah, okay, cool. I like all 3 Mass Effect games. Looking forward to them returning to their roots for the next one. I'll believe what I say. I haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda. I think it's on Game Pass, which I have. But the hard drive on this system is already almost full, so that's something that is definitely on the back burner. But I heard that Andromeda was pretty rough. I don't know if... Whoops, no. I don't want to be him. I don't know if they changed any of the issues with it, or... Because I remember Mass Effect 3 also had a lot of backlash about the ending. So they added... I think it was even a free update that expanded the ending of the game, so it wasn't quite as disappointing. In fact, that's got me Dragon Age. That's what got me looking at Dragon Age. So the same thing about Dragon. Yeah, I don't think Inquisition was a bad game though. Like Dragon Age 2 was not good. But I liked Inquisition. I think they, like I said, I think they did a pretty okay job balancing out the styles between 1 and 2. But for me, it was the opposite. Like I got Dragon Age because like I was just more into fantasy stuff. I've been getting more into sci-fi, getting more back into sci-fi lately. Like my wife and I have been going through all the Star Trek TV shows. We're on Enterprise now, and we've been enjoying all of them actually. Even Voyager. Like Voyager was something that was a lot more fun to watch the second time than it was the first time. For me anyway. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old and mellowed out. But yeah, anyway, getting back to the point I was trying to make originally, Dragon Age is the series that I started with, and then I got into Mass Effect afterwards. When a friend of mine actually bought the trilogy collection, so he had 1 and 2 that he just gave to me, and it was pretty cool.
What have we here?
Another one of the best characters in the game.
I wonder. A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
Gameplay was pretty fun in Andromeda after the patches. Okay, everything else was forgettable at best. Yeah, the story was still a bit of a letdown. The expansion for Mass Effect 3 was an elaboration on the original endings. People complained since they said there'd be 27 endings that came down to 3 choices. Yeah, I remember some of the, like, I wasn't into the Mass Effect series at the time, so I wasn't paying too close of an attention on that. I am the Grey Warden.
Tower no longer.
I'm calling myself a Warden, even though I haven't passed the test yet.
Corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't bother.
So the game can happen.
Chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes.
Okay, here's the line.
Swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is.
Love that line.
She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf. You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
Yes, I will be civilized with you. It is a pleasure to meet you.
That is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very
Nailed
eloquent.
it, Alistair. Nailed
How does
it.
one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
So yeah, so back to the Mass Effect thing. So the 3 choices. Yeah, that was one of the things that I really hated about Knights of the Old Republic 2. Was that, like, everything that you did pretty much had the same. At least for me, when I played it, like it came down to like 3 choices at the very end of the game. So everything that you did up to that point just didn't seem to matter. And it just felt like a huge letdown. So I guess I can understand that if Mass Effect sort of went through that issue.
Then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
I do plan on doing the Mass Effect games eventually too. Just a few months ago, I was actually starting a Mass Effect 1 playthrough again.
Greetings, Mother.
So it'll be fun to get back to that series.
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe
Thank you, Captain Janeway.
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not
Boy, is he
I who
ever.
decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you...
Yeah, that is Kate Mulgrew in the voice cast. So she is Captain Janeway. Flemeth is another. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have said the name because that is a spoiler. But this, as of yet unnamed witch, is another awesome reoccurring character in the series too. Yeah, I'm no fool. I'm not sure
A
what to
statement
believe.
that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them?
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Thank you for returning
Such
them.
manners. Always in the last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
For a fast travel. Alright, so it's nighttime now at the camp, so we can do a few more things before wrapping up for this evening. I have to say, I've actually been having a lot of fun doing the streaming stuff so far. So I definitely want to do more of this.
Now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope.
Benezia. Yeah, Marina Sirtis. She was in Mass Effect 1. Yeah, her voice is super distinctive. So I actually didn't realize either that the woman we were just talking to was Kate Mulgrew until watching I think it was the credits for Dragon Age 2.
He looks better already.
Because it had been a while since I had watched Voyager, so I kind of forgot what she sounded like. And I never originally watched the series all the way through, so like Seven of Nine and Tom Paris were the only two characters that really I remembered really well until recently. So I was kind of surprised by that too.
A day, maybe two. There's enough ointment for him to make a full.
But yeah, no, I actually really like this. Again, it's just a chance for me to do something that I enjoy and just to talk about stuff that I don't get a chance to talk about generally with people. The missus isn't as big into gaming as as I am, so it's been a lot of fun. Like it takes the pressure off of my YouTube channel. So yeah, I think I actually eventually I want to bump up to 3 nights a week doing the streaming because I like to play video games anyway.
Maybe. It's likely.
But this has been a lot of fun, and I really want to thank everyone that popped in, to take time out of their evening to watch me babble on about, just whatever pops into my head. Now another thing, I think it's here. Let me do this first.
Finished.
Let me do this first. And I don't think you can pick the lock on that chest at all. So some magical things. Quartermaster.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Arms
Let's
and
see what you
armor
got.
for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also
Sure.
have some goods on the side.
I asked the wrong thing.
Let
Just
me
show
know
me what you
you'd
have.
like.
Show me what you've got. Alright, sell, keep that. Sell that. Yeah, so the arrows of filth, 20 arrows is 99 silver. So for me, I just and fire bolts, 20 of them is 99 silver. So I never use these arrows, 20 or 40 fire arrows over a gold. So I just never use them. I gotta keep some studded leather. I always forget to do that. Scale boots, chainmail. Okay, I'll keep all that. Yeah, so one thing, if there's anything that I can say, for people playing Dragon Age for the first time, make sure you go to the Quartermaster at nighttime, because he has a second backpack upgrade. So the backpacks basically add to the amount of inventory you can carry, and the first time I played through, there were a couple of backpack salesmen that I missed. So I was constantly running out of space. And my second playthrough, I remember I had all of them except for one, and it was really frustrating me that I couldn't find that last one. And as it turns out, this is the only shop where you can get 2 backpack upgrades. Scruffy Beard, it's fun to stream, makes seem more normal to talk to myself while playing my games. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a fair thing. I do a little bit of that too, especially if nobody's around. Although when you're streaming, I guess technically, even though there's nobody around, there's still lots of people, or, well, there's people watching you. But yeah, I find it relaxing, I find it enjoyable. I don't have to worry about, like, screwing up takes or having to re-record or stuff like that, so... I mean, I'm not going to abandon YouTube by any stretch of the imagination, but this is really good stuff to... to just augment the channel with. Yeah, missed that one, got the one... Yeah, so the Mage Circle was another one that I forgot, that I missed the first time. Because I guess I just kept forgetting where the backpacks were, like what part of the shop they were in. So I missed my first playthrough, I missed this guy the second time, I missed the Mages one, and there was one other one that I forgot. Like, there were 3 that I was missing, so... Like, basically, I was going through the gameplay with the amount of inventory that I have now. Like, inventory space. So, as you get later and later in the game, that really is detrimental. So I don't need... I never use the acidic coating. I'm going to keep the venom, though. But I never use the balms, either. I don't know if anybody else does, but I never do. We will buy those potions. And we're going to buy those injury kits, because if I'm streaming and not paying attention... I'm probably going to need them more than I normally do. Oops. And we got to go, getting ahead of myself. So this is basically going to be the last part that I do tonight. We're going to go through the joining cutscene, and then I'll wrap up. And next week we'll start the Battle of Ostagar.
So you return from the wilds.
So yeah, again, it's been a lot of fun. And again, I really do appreciate anyone that took time to stop in. And especially, like, to actually have people comment, it means a lot. Like, it really does mean a lot to me. It's nice to be able to talk to people, even if technically it feels like a one-sided conversation. But so yeah, let's we'll get through it here and wrap it up for tonight.
There was a
we
woman
should tell you
in town,
about the witches, though.
Scrolls.
It's only fair.
They were both very... odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the
I tried YouTube the other to monetize the video because it was 45 seconds covered. Yeah. So I uploaded about a 55-minute video going through the new Dark Alliance game. And I didn't have my mic yet, so I wasn't able to have commentary or anything over it. And I wasn't planning on monetizing it, but I was kind of on autopilot, and I'm just used to clicking the monetize, so it got a copyright claim right off the bat. It doesn't bother me because I wasn't going to monetize it anyway, but yeah, YouTube is kind of tricky when it comes to stuff like this, so... but I'm still going to put it up there and people can do whatever they want. I'll just make sure not to monetize it.
Excellent.
I'm ready.
You will need that courage to face what comes next.
Courage? How much
I mean, I
we in?
definitely had permission to stream it and stuff. I actually, I made absolutely sure of that by, like, because I have a contact within the PR firm that Wizards of the Coast uses. So I just, like, they sent me a heads up that the game was out, and I said, I was planning on streaming it if I just want to make sure it was okay, and they said it was fine. But it's an automated system that claimed it because of the music, so it is what it is. It doesn't overly bother me. I'm hoping that it won't be too much of a hassle if I do, like, the live streams with
I agree. Let's have it done.
With commentary, because it should hopefully kind of block out a lot of the music. But right now, at least, my plan is just to not monetize the playthrough videos.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Well, you're annoying me. Yeah. Are all humans... No, Alicia's not a coward.
I only know
Yeah,
that my
you're giving
wife
me a
is in
headache.
Highever with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
No, that's fair.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I've just never faced a foe I
Maybe
could not
you'll
engage
die.
with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the first Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
Yeah, so that line definitely never got used for me material.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
For as good as this game was, many of its early beats were pretty predictable. Yeah, that's fair. Like there is one thing coming up that did surprise me. Like it didn't blow me away, but I wasn't expecting it. It's coming up here in a moment.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us,
someone hasn't gotten very
brothers
far in the
and
game. Yeah, I don't.
Join
There's
us
not a
in the
lot of
shadows
like
where we stand
big
vigilantly.
twists or turns or
Join
anything.
us as we carry the duty that cannot
It's a good. Like the story's
should
good
we
and it's
perish,
told well, but
know
it's
that your
not.
sacrifice will not be forgotten.
It's not like the M. Night Shyamalan what a
And
twist
that
sort of
one
thing.
day we shall join you.
Davith, step forward.
Maker's breath.
Yeah, he's doing well.
I am sorry, Davith.
Oh well.
Step forward,
That's a
Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No, you ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry.
So that was the moment that kind of was like, oh wow, okay. For me, the
But
first time that I
joining
played
is
it.
not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
Really wish you would have called that something else.
From this moment forth, you are a great
Guy
warrior.
mentions his kids, he's a dead man. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things that will definitely lead your character to just not making it through. Talking about your family and how you're looking forward to retirement. It's just not going to go well for you.
It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
No, I'm fine.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
I don't want to say that this ritual is blood magic, because blood magic's bad,
Take some
but it kind of feels like
When
blood
you're ready,
magic.
I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king. The
Very
meeting
well.
is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
All right, so I'll do the level up and save it here. Oh, this is a full level up too. So there are a couple points in the game where when you progress through and unlock a certain aspect of it, you'll get like a token level up, which isn't, I don't think it's a full one. Like, I don't think your level number normally changes, but it will give you like one attribute point and one talent that you can assign. So right now, like normally when you level up, you get 3 attribute points and a talent. So right now I've got 4 attribute points and 2 talents. So, oh, I forgot to put on that that armor. So I'm gonna put 1 into strength, and then we're gonna go just 2 dex and 1 cunning. And then we're gonna go with flurry as 1. And then, combat movement, quick stepping rogue can easily open to her opponents, creating a wider flanking angle. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Accept. And before I forget again, the battle dress of the provocateur. So right now that gives me 23 dexterity, willpower. Okay, cool. So yeah, so thanks a lot again, everyone who took time out of their day. How do I? There we go. Who took time out of their day or evening, as the case may be, or late night, to actually, you know, pop in, chat. Really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate it. Before I finish that thought, did the joining and got some points, was confused. Yeah, so that's basically, like, there's 2 points where that happens that I remember for sure. I think there's 3 total. There's one here. It happens again after you do the stuff in Redcliffe. And if you haven't gotten through that yet, I'm not going to spoil anything there. And then right towards the end of the game, there's one more moment where that happens. So that's why you get like the 1 attribute point and the 1 extra talent. So there's 3 points where it's like a story reward. But yeah, so yeah, thanks again. So Scruffy Beard, the Kamikaze Kid. I'm bad with remembering names, so I just got to see if I can scroll up a little bit here. I know Q's Views, but I forget the... Yeah, QT Drummer. Propavery, or Propavery, I hope I said that right. And Vicarian Red Hawk 83. So, I mean, and anybody else who popped in, even if it was just for a second. I hope it wasn't too painful for everyone. And I hope you guys come back for the next one, which will be around the same time next week. So that is 11 p.m. Eastern Time, or midnight my time in the Atlantic time zone. It is currently almost 2:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna call it a night here. But yeah, again, I really appreciate it, and it was a ton of fun. I'm really enjoying this, and yeah, the video will be up. If you didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, it'll be on like the archive for I think a couple weeks. But I'm gonna download the stream and upload it to YouTube within the next day or so. So thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time tomorrow night. If you're interested, I'm going to be going through some of the new Dark Alliance game. Again, that depends on the hockey game. I am a Canadian, and the Canadians are in the semifinals, so they're my team. But if that ends on time, then I will be streaming Dark Alliance, and if not, I'll be back in a week or so. So thanks again, I really appreciate it, and I will see you all. I'll see you all next time. So take care.